Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Once Upon a Witchlight. We would absolutely love it if you could like this video, click that subscribe button, and check the bell so you never miss an episode. But while you do that, I'm gonna read some comments from our very special one-shot, Night of the Crooked Moon, a folk horror one-shot. If you missed it, you want to go check it out. It's basically promoting the Kickstarter that we're doing, and it's really, really awesome, and the comments were amazing. Number one, I punched the VIP button harder than Gideon hit Chuckles and broke all the bones in my hand. Worth it. Yeah! Number two, it is just so cool getting to see the Edge of Midnight characters again. They are all so cool. Number three, emphasis theirs. I've never been more excited for a D&D book! I'm so glad I put my buck down for VIP. Number four, this can't be a one-shot. You've left yourself such a perfect place to pick up for a second game. Stay tuned. Number five, y'all's whole gaming group is so charismatic and pretty and handsome respectively. I absolutely love when new videos come out.
Is that a real?
Thank you. Yes, no, I didn't write that. That's a real comment.
Also, make sure you check out An Island Hidden.
Anyway, so leave a comment below and maybe you'll be included next time. And while you're checking things out, make sure you check out our Patreon and our merch shop and that aforementioned VIP stuff. You can become a VIP for our very first Kickstarter today. Thank you.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, Rich.
Once upon a witchlight hour, the sleeping queen stirred in her tower, and through grand halls past lock and key came to her slumber dreams of three. The first brought laughter filled with fright, the second love defiled by spite, the third a world of pure delight. She welcomed these, they were her own, but soon from porcelain lips a groan, her silvery dreamscape now forsaken, to pain from which she'd not awaken. Something blighted had come hither, foul as nightshade creeping thither, from yon the grave-like curse did wither. The little prince wept in his spire, his wounded heart had one desire, a ballad from the dreaming queen could turn his maelstrom mind serene. He vowed her rescue, speech sincere, but toys would be his shield and spear, and so he scoured for one full year. In springtime wreathed in parenthood, the prince first found a toy of wood, a doll set, beasts and wild things, but listen close and each one sings a song of child, owl and bear, a song that calls the spirits there, a song for monsters with much hair. When summer heat steamed like a kettle, the prince then found a toy of metal, a rocking horse with ashen mane, around its neck was draped a chain. Its horn and eyes and nose shoot flame, with mighty hooves and sturdy frame, no better steed one could proclaim. He searched from autumn's harvest throne, the prince then found a toy of bone, lettered blocks stacked to the sky, when turned to words could only lie. Deceit known to the hounds of hell makes for a potent hex or spell, of souls, of sin, of Shadowfell. Through winter's chill from peak to pass, the prince then found a toy of glass, marble spun in measured motion, like careful thought or certain notion, each glinting cat's eye seeing all, from stars beyond the cosmic sprawl, to inner strength and mind's recall. When season stopped, the final day, at last the prince found halves of clay. He shed a tear, this would not do. His favorite toy was split in two. It stank and had a horrid face, but in his heart held special place. Through toil this crack he would erase. The day has come, no time for rest. The fateful toys placed in a chest, with stripes of white and stripes of red, just like a big top by his bed. The little prince prepares a flower for either outcome, sweet or sour, and makes a wish for love, for power. Once upon a witchlight hour.
You have spent your first day in Thither, and it was not quite what you had expected. You have found yourself in a place unlike any you have ever been before. Your faithful companion Twig is now completely reverted to her puppet form. You have experienced what it's like to live as the musical campestri folk that exist in this place. And you have met with a couple of bubbly pixies that helped you in your journey and gave you the information that you need. And it was here at the camp of these pixies, over a nice piping hot bowl of coral fish stew, that you learned about 2 paths that lead you deeper into thither. You've learned about Nib, the gold spinner that lives in a cave somewhere within thither, as well as the fairy rings that dot the land, some of which have been twisted and warped by Granny Nightshade, but some that still apparently function and could potentially get you back to the material plane should you choose to return home. And it was with these thoughts that you laid down for bed in the comfort of your new companionship. Do you need to move this? You're distracting me.
Yeah, just keep going. I'm just trying
I
to
can't. I have ADHD and you're distracting me.
Yeah, let it rip.
Thanks, Rich. It is with this new knowledge that you lay down and find yourselves drifting off into a peaceful sleep. And as you awake, you are no longer in the same place that you had fallen asleep in. The pixies are nowhere to be found. And something that had been said to you lingers at the edges of your mind. That this place moves. That it twists and it turns. How that happens, you're unsure, and where that places you in this gigantic, ancient forest, you're unsure of. But you find yourselves in a small grove atop a beautiful purple grass. The trees themselves, the wood, a dark plum with swirling etchings in the bark as the trees reach up towards the sky to leaves of lilac and lavender that slowly drift down and graze across your skin, almost like weeping willows.
Oh.
You look through this space and you can see the way that the light streaks in from the sun as it fills this glade with a soft warmth, a morning warmth. And you listen out. You can no longer hear the sounds of the rushing water from the river. You are very clearly not in the same place that you had been in. But it's at least beautiful for now.
Well, we're clearly not in the same place where we went to sleep.
What the hell? What is this? Oh, jeez.
Are we sure? I mean, is it possible it's just morning?
Do you see a river anywhere, Gideon?
No.
I don't believe that we are anywhere close to where we started off before we slumbered.
What, you think somebody picked us up and moved us here?
No, my gut tells me that the forest shifted around us.
Stupid forest.
Nothing here is ever easy.
I mean, do we think the pixies are gone too? Pixies!
The pixies.
Hello?
We have more crawfish stew over here if you come help us tell us where to go.
Do we have
And
leftovers
you
still?
say that, and you see that the rock that was at that very cool 45-degree angle and the campfire beneath it is gone. That was part of the forest that you are no longer in.
Cowslip. Cowslip specifically. Well, she's not here either.
What are the other ones?
Classic.
Maypole.
Maypole.
Maypole also specifically, don't feel good, don't feel left out. And the other one.
Spider lily.
Spider lily.
Spider lily?
Do you guys think that it's weird that, like, the pixies aren't here too? Like, if everything else is moving, shouldn't they have still been here?
Perhaps they have control over where they stay? Perhaps they chose to be taken or moved with the forest?
What if it's because we're not from here?
That's a good hypothesis. I think we should go with that, actually. That's very smart, Torbeck.
Oh, like an invasive species?
Like Thither's fighting back against us being here.
Yeah. And then we're probably gonna get like a horrible disease. The disease.
No, they would perceive us as the disease. Some large white blood cells would suddenly show up and start attacking us, and we would have no chance of survival.
Oh no, it'd be
Speak
like
for yourself.
the War of the Worlds. Oh no.
Well, I mean, I guess we just gotta move on.
We gotta find Nib! The guy who did that, like, created a housing crisis with Mr. Guru, apparently.
Yeah, I guess we do. I mean, we have a couple leads.
Can we steal all of his gold?
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah, I think they were trying to tell us he had enough gold to pay off all our debt. We might not have to do anything else. Just, I mean, he's like, you know, can't see us coming, can't hear us coming. It's there for the taking, Grammy.
You don't refer to someone as a gold miser without them having a tremendous amount of gold.
Well, didn't they say that they're using the gold to, like, torture him horribly? 'Cause, gold's probably all cursed.
I will say what you remember, because it was a week, is that they told you that what he had done was he had become very greedy and had utilized his connections with Guru and the properties that he owned to swindle people out of their money, and he ended up ruining a lot of lives. And when he came to the Feywild, he was overwhelmed with his own emotions, and the guilt that he felt was the one that came to the forefront. He went to Granny Nightshade and asked to have that guilt removed from him, and she trapped him in a cave, and all of the money that he has to spin into magical items and into gold pieces and give them away for free until every last bit of wealth that he has is gone. In the meantime, the specters of those that he had destroyed haunt him, so he wears a blindfold so as not to have to see them. So he can hear, and he can see just fine. He chooses not to.
Oh, well, depending on how long he's been there, he might have gone through most of the gold already.
Well, who's he giving it away to? I mean, people in the Feywild, they don't give a fuck about gold. But maybe it's the principle of the matter.
Well, but he's like turning it into stuff.
He's
or
turning
whatever.
into magic
He's spinning
items.
it into magic items.
So he has
They
a
love
gigantic
that.
pile of gold that he's spinning into magical
It
items.
would be the magical effects they'd be interested in.
They love that bartering stuff around here, you know, for like silver pieces. Well, like silver chess pieces and spools of thread.
Or a witty jaunt. Or something metaphorical.
Perhaps he takes requests. I imagine that any Fey creature would be delighted to be able to imbue some magical item with some fanciful or whimsical ability or impact. That would charm anyone I've met so far here, I imagine.
Well, we have no idea where he is besides being in a cave, right? I mean, maybe caves are generally like in like mountains or hills, right? So we can maybe, I don't know if we can
Or ridges.
get above the trees if anybody wants to volunteer and take a look.
We need to figure out how to navigate this place reliably and consistently. That's going to be very difficult. I would spend hours, perhaps, coming up with instruments of measurement, thinking about how the sun position is, finding ways to perhaps create a compass. But I don't think that would be a very worthwhile effort. Does anyone agree? I think Rico's spoken for everyone.
Torbeck's only real concern is if we don't get somewhere before we fall asleep, we might be right back at square one.
There's that. We could be returned to this same spot, or we could be put anywhere else within thither.
Well, my concern is that even if you got information, how do we have enough reference points for you to triangulate where the fuck we are and where the fuck we're going?
That's exactly my point. If we can't measure using the mortal planes instrumentation, there has to be some way to navigate this space that eludes us.
You talking about measuring in cheeseburgers?
Something like that. Something emotional. Something whimsical will do the trick.
Ooh, let's do cheeseburgers though.
Torbeck would love a cheeseburger.
Gideon, did you say cheeseburger?
Oh.
Twig? Twigsy, is that you?
Hi.
I thought you were an animate and lost all your puppet magic.
Something doesn't feel right here, Gideon.
Well, what do you mean? What's going on?
I feel more puppet than I feel twig.
Well, we've moved into thither here, and you haven't been responding ever since we crossed.
I could hear everything you were saying, but it was like I was inside of him, like little puppet Gideon.
Oh, why that doesn't make any sense?
What?
That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
That sounds like locked in syndrome, don't it? That's a fucking nightmare. It's a living hell.
What about
That
it
happened to
doesn't
me at
make
the dentist
sense?
once.
I'm feeling really dizzy.
Me too, actually. That's weird.
Are you saying that you were lucidly aware but unable to control your body the entire time we were traveling yesterday?
No, my name's not Lucy, I'm Twig.
Are you saying-
I've been gone for 24 hours and you already forgot who I am.
He's not very good at remembering things. You can't hold it against him.
That's so sad,
He's constantly
Gideon.
getting names wrong.
It's the opposite of
That
that.
hurts my feelings.
No, he just doesn't think you're important is all.
That's
Don't
not
ever-
what lucidly is the word I'm using. Lucidly, as in lucid.
Yeah,
we gotta
I know.
We gotta go save Zendaya from the palace.
What are you talking about?
The Palace of Hearts and Desire.
Zendaya.
Oh, you mean
She's
the
there.
Palace of Hearts and Daya?
The Palace of Hearts and Desire.
palace.
Where the world ends.
Palace.
The Palace of Hearts and Daya.
Oh, boy.
Do you feel like you are fading in and out of your puppet state?
Didn't I just say that, Gideon? He hates me so much he doesn't know my name. He's not even listening to the words I'm saying.
I'm trying to get a sense of why you think this might be happening.
Frost, don't listen, okay? He's a real bitch.
Hey, come on. Don't say things that are funny. And
Don't say anything about Frosty.
Yeah,
Don't
come
worry,
on.
he can't hear me. I told him not to listen.
No, but he doesn't listen to people directing him to do things very well.
He's
You know how
not
many
nice
times
to
I've
me.
tried to tell him to go to bed and he just doesn't do it?
I heard
until-
everything, Twig, and
You are such a bitch. I told you not to listen.
I try to be nice to you. When have I been mean to you?
You turned me. I killed people for you.
She got a point there, bro.
And you can't even remember my name.
That was a different Frost. That wasn't my fault. I was
kinda-
under the sway of the Feywild.
You sort of
No.
manipulated her into a cult and, convinced her to kill at least 2 to 5 bullywugs.
Oh,
Bury him in the muck.
Oh, you did feast upon her blood with your tiger fangs.
Yeah, and you told me you were going to turn me into a Dracula.
I
and
can't
you-
be held
you
responsible
lied.
for when I'm under the influence of the Fae.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well,
I don't
that's
think that
actually
holds up in court.
No,
Well,
that's
it
a
might
pretty
hold
fair
up in Goblin
argument.
Court. It depends on the legal system at play.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Anyone else
Goblin
feeling really stiff this morning?
Yeah, Judge
little.
Kangaroo Jack.
I got a Woody.
Yep.
What?
I'm all Woody.
Does she still have the roses in her eyes?
Yeah.
That's concerning.
Well, look, why don't you just rest up? Seems like there's nothing we can do about your predicament. And Torbeck, get up the tree.
I'm feeling.
Oh, Mr. Krabby, please.
It's only at least 3,000 or 4,000 cheeseburgers tall.
Can you imagine if we had 3,000 or 4,000
Torbeck,
cheeseburgers right now?
You want to try something?
Torbeck will try anything once.
Come over here. Let me touch you.
Okay. Torbeck hasn't had that happen for a long time. Torbeck is touch star. Here comes Torbeck.
Torbeck, keep your pants on. I just need to touch your face.
It's just Torbeck's loose bell. Torbeck's not a pervert, I promise. Yeah, and Torbeck will reach out a hand and
Let me
like
see
kind
your
of like.
face.
Torbeck's face. Okay.
Twig puts both of her hands on either side of your face. You can feel the coldness of the wood pressed up against your face as she gets very, very close to you. And where her eyes should be, you see these 2 painted blue roses. And as she gets close to you, she blows into your face and she goes, Fly!
And do I feel like I can
And
fly?
you immediately feel yourself lift off the ground a little bit. Yeah, I still have my magic!
Yeah,
This is not the first time that Torbeck has flown. So hopefully
That's
he can
right.
he can start
Oh.
to get the hang of it a little bit better, a little bit more stable. Oh, whoa! Torbeck will be right back. Whoosh! Just immediately takes off to like try to see if he can. Ow! You hear like
You're
Torbeck's
just like hitting trees.
crash, crack. There's like branches falling.
I need everyone to roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh.
He hit every ugly branch on the way up.
That's pretty funny.
Pretty good. Oh, that's quite good. 21.
7.
Oh, I should roll for Twig too.
How long does this flight spell last?
An hour.
Oh, thank goodness.
16. 16.
If Torbeck isn't back in an hour, he will be.
You watch as Torbeck rockets through the canopy of trees. And as he does, branches break and snap and begin just showering the glade with broken branches and leaves and birds' nests and a veritable of things. Everyone is able to dodge out of the way except for Gideon, who is smacked on the back of the head by a large branch, doing 6 points of damage.
I was hoping that the Jeep from Jurassic Park was going to fall out.
I understood that reference.
And Torbeck, you are able to pierce through the canopy of trees. And as you do, you find yourself looking over a large, sprawling ancient forest in front of you. You can see small groves that dot the land for miles and miles. And in these are circles of giant multicolored mushrooms, which are clearly the fairy circles that you had that had been mentioned to you. And as you're up here, you look from one to the next, trying to determine the difference between those that have been corrupted by Granny Nightshade and those that haven't, but they all look exactly the same. All of them are beautiful and vibrant and large. In some of them, you do see what appears to be movement, as if they're occupied in some way. Others seem to be completely vacant. But you continue to look out over this land. You see snaking rivers that pierce through the trees. You do see mountains that dot the land, and all the while, a thick fog encircles this entire place. You realize that you are at the very beginning, the very edge, the most northern part of Thither, looking north through all of this. And so you look to the west in an attempt to see back into Hither and to see how things are going there, but the entire place is shrouded in fog. All you can see is this land that you're in now. You notice towards the middle there is a large, what appears to be a lake with a small island in the very center. Stretching even further north, you see what appears to be a giant oak tree, absolutely massive, stretching hundreds of feet into the sky, towering far above everything else. And almost halfway through Thither, you see a similar tree, much larger, probably the largest tree that's ever been in Thither ever. But instead of reaching towards the sky, it has fallen to the side.
Oh shit! It's been felled.
It has been felled, completely surrounded by what appears to be gardens and ramshackle buildings.
Wow.
There are lights. Even you can see, even at this time of day, lights shining inside of carved and hollowed out windows, and it's immediately clear to you that this is Loomlurch. This is the place that you have been told is the lair of Granny Nightshade, this hollowed out oak that she lives in. But from this vantage point, you can see that this is not simply a house. This isn't like what you encountered in Hither. This is a city that has built up around this tree.
Okay.
And there are clearly others that live here, at least outside and around it. And for the most part, that is what you see.
So, I would assume that Torbeck would be able to relay the information that you've given him back to the gang. But Torbeck would like to attempt to...
Yeah, you have your sending chess pieces, your sending pawns.
But Torbeck would like to try his best to basically like orient this mental image and commit it to memory. And in an attempt to, like, he's aware that the forest moves or something, right? And Torbeck's not very smart, but he wants to do his best to try to help the gang by, like, when he gets back to the ground, have an understanding of where things are to the best of his ability.
Roll an intelligence check to see how well you can commit this to memory.
Ooh!
With a +0, I got a 15.
That's good
I was
enough.
really hoping that.
You feel like you will. You feel like you will be able to give them a really nice approximation of where everything is. It won't be as detailed as you saw it, but you'll be able to describe all of the landmarks and their rough approximation in this place.
Okay, then I would Torbeck feeling like he's done what he can do, would return, fly back down to the forest floor more gently than he flew up, and relay all of this information to his friends, and with the approximation to the best of his ability of kind of where things are and headings and which direction we'll be going. He'd explain it badly and probably be drawing in the dirt with a horrific claw, but like he would be trying to convey that to the best of his ability.
I'll draw what he draws, like actually on paper, so that it's not stuck in the ground. And just for my own
Roll a performance check.
mental knowledge, we're at the north
Furthest south.
here.
South.
Here.
Furthest south.
Oh, furthest south.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, we're down here?
Yes, you're at the very you're at the
okay.
very bottom portion of the map.
Okay.
Oh. So he was looking north, not south.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I understood.
I did not understand.
I thought, yeah.
Performance.
Mm-hmm.
Performance.
Speaking of bad French accents, I was watching and bad singing. I was
15.
watching the Beauty and the Beast live action the other night, and yeah,
Brutal.
that's all.
Never seen it.
I really like it. There are just some things I'd change.
Break a break, Torbeck. This is Little Green calling in. Over.
Major Tor.
Do we have comms open? Over.
What did you get?
Torbeck
Eric?
is standing right here.
No, when you hear the response that's coming from the pawn piece, it's Torbeck screaming and the sound of branches and crashing, like as I'm descending back to the forest floor.
Oh,
It's pure calamity coming out of the speaker.
Big Brown has landed. Over.
Big Brown coming in higher. And then when I land, I would relay all of that information to Frost to the best of my ability, and hopefully see how his performance.
A 15 for the map making copying.
So yeah, you were able to land, you explain everything that you saw, and Frost is able to make a rough approximation of the map. It looks pretty good. The only problem was that Frost got a little bit too caught up in the details. And so as you were describing things, his attempt to do the math made it so that the first quarter of the map looks pristine. And then as he was trying to catch up with everything else that you were saying, it starts to get increasingly worse.
Happy birthday.
That's really funny.
Well, I think we have at least what we can go on for another day or two. If Twig, you can do that, then we can continue to check in on a regular basis the same way.
I can do it a couple of times, but I can't do it a lot. I feel really tired.
Do you think you would be able to do it once per day in the morning?
What about the lily
If
pad?
I'm awake in the morning, for sure.
Is there anything that you feel like you need in order to maintain your twigness?
The blood of the innocent.
Oh, we can probably find that.
Yeah, I feel like we could find
Kidding!
that.
Oh, well.
I don't drink blood. I run a a vampire.
I don't think we knew you were gonna drink it. I mean, I just assumed kind of maybe want to smear it around yourself.
Yeah.
Like a reagent of some
Well,
kind.
like a nice wood polish.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Red
Do you
Violin?
think I need to polish myself?
Well, everyone needs to polish their wood every now and again.
No, I think you look just fine, Twig. I don't think you need to at all.
Okay.
I mean, no.
Wouldn't that make me very red cappy? What if I'm not a brownie anymore? What if I'm a red cap?
Then we'll go from Torbeck's nickname to Gideon's code name.
Lil Red.
Oh, you could be Little Red too.
Can I be Lil Red?
You could be Little Red.
I like that.
We got the blue roses. I mean, we got Bill
Lil
Blue.
Red Run Good.
I don't like that.
No.
Pick something else.
No, let's do
Maybe just something.
No.
Maybe something else. Probably. I
But I'm
think.
riding on your shoulders.
Well, but it's
No.
not just maybe just maybe something.
That name
else.
is so good, we should just keep it to ourselves.
What about Twigsy? You like that one, right?
fine.
Yeah.
Hey, should we mark the trees or something? I mean, what if we go to bed and everything flips us all around again?
Do
We
you
need-
think that maybe... no, never mind.
I'm hesitant to scar the forest in any way. It might actually act upon us.
What if we just
Why?
stay awake?
They're just fucking trees, right?
Well, do you think
There
that...
was a living mound of a hill that we talked to in Hither.
Yeah, but
That's
he
true.
immediately was like, "Oh, hey, I'm here. Don't fuck with me."
That's true.
I have wacky little feet.
Do you
these
think
trees,
that
they're just
there's-
trees.
There's a reason that we're here right now?
Yeah, it's to find a hag and steal some paintings.
Oh, did you see any caves while you was up there?
No,
We gotta go find Nib and steal all of his stuff.
no caves were related to Torbeck. Rivers. Torbeck has rivers for days, but no caves.
So we were along one of these, and now looking at the map that you did, looking along one of these rivers. That must have been where we started. Maybe over here, because it's closest, and then we got moved down here somewhere.
That's incredibly insightful and seems to check out.
I am going to do some calculations and see if there's a relationship between the places we wake up each morning. I also think that it makes sense for us to think about the relationship we have with these milestones and see if they themselves are moving each morning, if we can. There may be a pattern, but we won't know until we've been here for some time. And we don't have much time to spend. Don't forget that we have a time limit in a number of days.
Greco, are you okay? You're groaning an awful lot at Frost today. Is everything
Patterns and let's study it. Let's calculate. I was like,
Torbeck thinks
Who
that
has
Frost
time
is
for
trying
that?
to help.
who has time for that? Just let's look for a cave.
I'm done now.
Nib! Nib! We're the ghosts of all those kids and women and children whose lives you ruined with your housing crisis. You better tell us or else we're gonna haunt you even double extra. Let's go.
Well, hold on. Instead of moving blindly, based on Frost and Torbeck's map, to the northeast, there's a fairy circle there, and we know that that's where some of those mushroom people live.
It was really hard to tell if any of them were corrupted. They all looked exactly the same to Torbeck.
Well, don't we now know how we just need to walk through them, and as long as they're not corrupted, there's not a word we can say. I think back to last week.
You don't remember, and they didn't tell you what the corrupted meant outside of the fact that it was more difficult to travel through them. It seemed like the fairy circles could still be used potentially, even if they were corrupted, and what that meant, you're not sure. If they're uncorrupted, however, you do know that it means that you could travel back to the material plane. And the pixies even gave you the tools to maneuver it. Now they.
Oh, that's right.
Now-
Wins and the color-coded cauldrons from Banjo Tooie.
That's exactly right. 3 turns, witter shins, and off you go.
You would walk in a circle 3 times, Wittershins, say the words within the circle, but that there was, and you needed to hold a wand or a rod or something high into the air, and that There was one other thing about it that they couldn't quite remember, but they didn't think it was that important.
That certainly won't bite us in the ass. Torbeck is very concerned that if we accidentally use a corrupted circle, we'll explode into blood and viscera.
What I will say is they did tell you that once you got there, it would be easy to tell whether they were corrupted or uncorrupted. And
This is a
so,
square.
this isn't a circle at all. But from a distance, it was very difficult for you to tell.
Well, why don't we just like walk forward until we find, someone with a bunch of magical items? This guy's just giving stuff away.
I'm with Cremmy. I think we should pick a cardinal direction.
North.
No, I think,
Northeast.
look at all these mountains. The cave could be in any of these mountains. But we know that there's a ferry crossing not too far from here.
It's the nearest
to the
milestone.
northeast. So I'd rather have some kind of heading besides
And-
just wandering.
They did tell you that the fairy circles worked both ways.
What?
Then let's go to the first fairy circle. What are we doing?
All right.
Now, everyone, just remember and keep the sun on your right until noon, and then slightly more left.
Yeah, what he said.
I'll lead the way.
Before we go, do we maybe want to look around the place we woke up?
Oh, we didn't do that already? Oh, God. You guys are slacking.
We've all just been staring here, looking at our feet.
Yeah. Look around. You look around.
My toes looking a little green.
I was distracted by Torbeck flying into the air and hitting all the branches.
Oh, I found the Jeep from Jurassic Park.
I don't get this reference. I don't understand.
We cannot throw it, Frosty!
You can keep making Jeep sounds, but I don't get it.
There's the scene in Jurassic Park
the
where...
1990
I've not
classic
seen Jurassic Park
Starring
since I was
Sam
like
Neill.
3.
Oh, let's rewatch it now.
All right. Well, bye.
Put it on screen.
Coming out!
We gotta go see a movie. See you guys.
Don't worry about it. It's not. It's
So you're not
stupid.
going to explain it now?
In Jurassic Park, one of the Jeeps falls through a tree branch.
So it gets
Or
crushed by the
can we
T-Rex,
explain
it
it
gets
now?
knocked
When-
off the thing, it tumbles down the thing and it falls into a tree, and Sam Neill has to rappel down, and he's like, come on, just give me your hand, I know you're scared, come on, he sees the tree, he sees the other Jeep coming, he's like, okay, come on, hurry up now, I know you're scared, he's just like, and Sam Neill's like, and he pulls out, and then he moves, and he propels this way, and the Jeep falls down, and it hits the other Jeep, and they both go crashing all the way down, and they look at it,
What a
and they're
great
like, we're
fucking
okay.
film.
And then
And
they
then I see a
propel back up,
brachiosaurus in the
good.
trees,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, it's so gentle and nice. It's an herbivore. And they pet it, I think.
And then a really bad prosthetic Samuel L. Jackson arm. He's like, oh, it's you. Oh, the prop we had to save money on.
That
Wasn't
was
Chris
a super last minute change.
wasn't Chris Pratt in that movie?
No.
Jimmy Buffett was also in that movie.
Cough
Was he
on me
really?
again, and I'll keep
Yeah.
mentioning Chris
in
Pratt.
the first Jurassic
No, in the remake.
Oh, I don't
I was
know.
so
Jurassic
confused.
World, Jurassic
I was
World.
like, bullshit,
Jimmy
I've never
Buffett's
heard
in
that
the
in my
movie.
life.
Are you trying to calm the velociraptors?
We don't talk
See, I
about
get that one.
All right. So what
Scouts
you're
are
saying
great
is we do find the Jeep from Jurassic Park.
Well, yeah, now that I know where it came from, of
Fantastic.
course.
Get it.
Now that I get it.
expense.
What is this?
No, can you roll a group investigation check?
Yeah.
What die should I use?
The D20.
Doesn't really matter.
Torbeck's back.
Oh.
Hot two.
Gansey's back.
Torbeck's back.
I will enjoy a 22.
I have advantage. Why do I have advantage?
On what?
On investigation checks.
Oh, probably because blood hunter stuff. You're sniffing it out.
I got a 14 instead of a 3. Let's
Beautiful.
go.
15.
Beautiful.
What did you say? what it was?
12.
Investigation.
Oh, investigation. That's like a 15.
Oh, group investigation check is easy. I need one of you to roll a d8.
I got you.
Thank you.
A 4.
A 4. Perfect.
Some of these characters in D&D Beyond.
You,
Yeah.
at Twig's suggestion, you begin to investigate this glade that you found yourself awaking in. And the question that you had, why aren't the pixies here with us? Why is it just us? Is not answered. However, you do find a little note with thanks, spider lily, maypole, cowslip. And tied to it is a small whistle. And it looks about twig-sized, to be honest. It's much larger than a pixie's whistle ever could be, and much smaller than a whistle for anyone else. Maybe Gricko could play it. Actually, it wouldn't be so out of size for Gricko. It is a beautiful reed whistle with intricate carvings all over it, and it thrums with a sense of magic.
There's a note here and a thrumming whistle.
Torbeck pulls out the small brass whistle he had from the epic arena fight between Chuckles and Gideon. He's like, "Oh man, that's so much cooler than Torbeck's whistle."
You sat on that whistle. It's actually bent now.
It's okay, Torbeck. I think it still looks pretty cool.
I try to play it. It's just like.
I'm going to read this note. Here you go, Grego.
No, it just says. It just essentially says thank you.
It says thank you.
For what?
Just says thank you.
Oh,
It
for
just
me to
says
use
thank you.
context clues.
There's a lipstick marker right here. I assume that's cowslip.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was. Yeah.
Would you like the note?
Nah.
Oh, are those sending stone runes underneath the lipstick?
Oh yeah, there's the sending stone runes.
Yeah. Been there, you know what I mean?
Brutal.
That's cold, Gideon. That's cold. We're all instantly.
Are you
Are you playing the whistle? Because I'm nice, I'm not going to make the one-time use happen right now. You play it, and you feel the magical thrum of this, what is very clearly a magic item, and you have not attuned to it yet. So the magical effect does not happen. But you, with your druidic nature, you can feel a similar magic to something, almost a druidic magic. And you imagine that with some time, you would be able to understand how this works. But that it is very clearly a gift from the pixies to you. And whether it was for the food that you gave or just your experience with pixies, being what it is, knowing that they enjoy a good time and the companionship might have been enough for them to want to reward you. Or it could have been for the information that you gave them about the mundane doorstop and how you ended their squabble over what its purpose was. It is unclear, as pixies are whimsical creatures and do what they will, but this is a gift from them to you.
Well, I'm gonna just hold on to this and study it while we walk.
And as that's happening, Frost, you are inspecting these trees, looking at how different they are in comparison to the others. And you move around this one and that one, and you eventually find yourself face to face with a poster nailed deep into the bark of, what are you doing?
I'm holding up a mysterious QR code.
a poster.
You make your way around the tree, and you find a poster nailed to the side of the bark. You can see the sap that is leaking and hardened from the wound that this nail has left. It's trails of rust running down the sap. It's clear that this poster has been here for a long time. It is wrinkled and waterlogged, and yet it still stands. It still exists. And what you see is the image of a young boy, a wanted poster. Bring this wisp of a thief to me alive and unharmed, and I'll ensure that no sword can ever break your skin. Signed, Granny Nightshade.
Does the boy look familiar?
No.
Human boy? Elf boy? Fairy boy?
Human boy. And at the very bottom, or looks human, at least from this drawing that you see here. And at the very bottom, an Elvish script, which I'm assuming some of you can read.
I believe that I read Elvish.
Perfect.
I certainly don't.
You see wanted, Will of the Feywild.
Will of the Feywild. And that's the name I deduce?
Will, I get it.
Yes.
Wait, Willa and Will?
Who's Willa?
Willa was the little girl. The little Will-o'-the-Wisp.
Is that true? Is what you're saying true?
Yeah, Willa.
Willa?
This is Will?
Where do we know Willa?
She was
a
the
will-o'-the-wisp.
Will-o'-wisp
From the well.
from the Wells when you first
I was just
entered
double checking.
Hither.
Willa the Willow and Will of the Feywild.
Will
Try
of the
saying that
Feywild.
7 times fast.
Of the Feywild. This is definitely a Lost Boy situation.
Uh-oh.
Like a Rufio. 100%.
You think?
I'm calling
Does
it
he
now.
look like a Rufio?
He looks Rufio-ish.
Oh,
Can I check for Dante
don't let him get in your
Bosco?
drink.
Yeah. What's the roll to check for Dante?
Oh, I rolled a name.
No.
You get nothing.
I will remove the poster from the tree.
You rip the poster from the tree. The nail does not pull. The nail does not pull out.
And I'm gonna pull out the nail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull the nail out.
I'll just let you do it. You pull the nail out of the tree, and you see burbles of sap spill out of the bark and quickly harden in the air.
I hope that feels better. Hey everyone, there's a poster of this Rufio-esque boy.
He looks like an incorrigible prankster.
He does look quite incorrigible.
What's all that stuff say? What's he convicted of?
What's a Rufio?
Well, the Elvish here, it says Will of the Feywild, which I deduce to be his name.
Not William.
Just Will.
Well, I'm assuming Will's a nickname.
How common is the surname of the Feywild?
I wouldn't have an answer for you. I've only been here for less than a week.
My guess is that he might be the equivalent of that rabbit folk you brutally murdered.
Oh.
What was that guy's name?
Agden
Agden Longscarf. Oh yeah, you would never forget.
And I just pull out his long scarf that's blue and purple with blood.
Yeah.
It's dried now, so it's like a deep, dark brown stains on this blue scarf.
Perhaps you should clean that. It looks quite dirty.
Oh, the stains set many days ago.
It's getting a little crispy.
Conscience.
The next time we find a river, I'm going to make you wash that.
Good luck with that, Frost.
But I believe that Will is probably an inversion of the trope, where rather than being in league with the hag, this guy, he might be a bit of a freedom fighter-esque type fellow, despite his young age.
Do we think there's any kind of relation between Will and then Willa? Both kids.
Oh.
One's dead, one's presumably not.
Oh, do you think the hag's killed his sister or something?
Maybe there's like Will, and like Willum.
And remember that Almirage was named Remy William?
What?
Mimi William was the Almirage that we met at the carnival. There's a lot of Wills.
Wait, Mimi, are you fucking with me right now? Or was the Almirage actually
Wasn't the
Mimi
Almirage
Williams?
actually like
Talking about
Mimi
that.
William?
I thought you were talking about that one person that was like, it's no mirage, it's on
No,
mirage.
not
That was
the charmingly dry and sarcastic gnome. It was
Oh, is
the
that a gnome?
Almirage was named Mimi William. Or Mimi William, wasn't it? Am I crazy?
Nigga, what the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
don't
So
recall
many
this.
years ago, Torbeck can't remember.
Well, there's
No,
also,
it wasn't. It was. Oh, yeah.
There's also Willie. There could be a Willie somewhere.
Willie?
I imagine we
There
might
might
run
be a
into
Willie. There might be a
You
Willie.
hear the sound of snapping twigs and rustling leaves. As out from the forest, you see this long, not long actually. It's only about 3 feet long.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Giant worm, about 1.5 feet round, a golden ring stretched around his middle.
It's
that
like a
always
living-
stretches.
It's like a living Vienna sausage.
Tiny face He smiles at you from the very center of the.
Torbeck begins to try to climb a tree to get away from it.
I punt it and it disappears into the forest.
It doesn't. It is way too solid. It's got a lot of mass. It
like
just
a dark
dies.
star.
It just
You break your leg, actually.
It just dies and doesn't move.
Oh, who wants pot roast?
That's not canon. None of that happened.
Okay.
Oh, none of this is happening.
So, why don't we keep an eye out for young William, and then we can ask him about what kind of operation he's running to get... He's really riled up Granny Nightshade quite a bit.
Well, does it say what he's wanted for? Like thieving or, murdering or...
It's non-specific.
Just thieving, I think.
Well, what do you think do you think there's some kind of like Fey or hag trick when it comes to the reward? Like, oh, the sword will never pierce you because it'll like smash you instead.
You turned into a statue.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep this, and we should keep it in mind. But it was a very old poster. This will may already have been caught in the sword procured by some bounty hunter.
The sword?
Yes,
They're,
oh, no, not a
no,
sword,
it's
and
a
boon.
a boon that will
boon.
prevent.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, exactly right.
That's what I meant.
That's what
So-
I meant too.
I feel like we've been playing for about 2 hours, and we don't really know what we're doing.
We're going to this.
We
to
know
this
exactly
fairy
what
circle.
Oh, we're going to the fairy
We're
circle.
going northeast.
Frost,
No, not the magical flute! Not the magical flute! No, put that away!
Tiny tornado picks up Gricko and
A wind whistle. Oh, God.
I'm sorry, I'm saving this for later.
you haven't attuned to it,
That's right, that's right.
and then you can
Just
play a
use your other
tune on
flute.
it.
But you have a...
Yeah, man, keep that up. That helps. That makes me travel faster. We're actually just standing in place.
Yeah, you're not really going anywhere. You're all just dancing around the body of the dead Willy Worm.
We dance like the key art of Where the Wild Things Are. We just dance like this as we make our way through the valley.
I need you all to roll a survival check first.
Ooh, we haven't made a survival check in quite a dog's age.
What is this, Icebound?
Torbeck's advantaged for some bizarre reason.
Remember your
Hello, because you like The Witcher.
Thanks, Mr. Mercer.
Oh yeah, thank you, chat.
I got a 27 thanks to Mr. Mercer.
Except for Gideon, because Gideon can't dance.
What?
You make
can't-
your survival check. You just don't dance with
You
everyone
can't
else.
dance like Where the Wild Things Are.
You are trying to dance, but you're dancing like Elaine from fucking Seinfeld, so you're just kicking the air at random intervals.
Oh, you just stop it.
Can I twist this? I'm gonna use one twist. Pull out one twist.
It's like a full body heat.
I got you. Survival, you say?
I'm feeling very 13 on my survival.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
18.
18.
I need you as a group, or I need someone from the group to roll a d8 for me, please.
Torbeck will do it because he's the
Torbeck
winner.
is the winner.
Don't get a 4.
Watch the pepperoni.
Here comes.
Hey, what's the prosciutto, man? What are you?
It's a good mozzarella.
What's the Willy the Worm? Hey, what's the
Here-
prosciutto?
Here comes Big Brown with a hot 4.
No, you're not allowed to.
Okay.
I said you weren't allowed.
Allowed to what?
Roll a 4.
And then I need all of your survivals. please.
27.
13.
6.
18.
Wow, Torbeck.
Thankfully, it was a group perception or a group survival. Yeah, thankfully. And though, luckily, Twig is on Gideon's. Well, I'm not even playing music. Wow, that's just unfortunate.
Instead of machete, Torbeck's just using his like blade fingers to just come through the underbrush.
He leaps up and...
Yeah.
Torbeck leads the way, and with his his natural abilities, actually, he is able to carve a path through this ancient forest and these towering trees, and help you to maneuver through this land a lot quicker than you had expected to. Though Crummy and Twig do not make it easy, the rest of you are able to help guide them in the rough direction of where you imagine this fairy circle to be. It takes a couple hours of travel, and it is getting close to midday as you eventually find a path that begins to wind through these trees. And the trees start to thin as the underbrush gets a little thicker and thicker, till eventually you spill out into yet another grove. And in this case, what you see are towering mushrooms of varying colors.
Ooh.
10 feet between 10 to 12 feet into the air, towering above you, almost like a fungal Stonehenge. And you...
Really pretty paintings.
I need you to roll another d8 for me, please.
Torbeck would be honored. 5.
You immediately hear the sounds of singing and music and dance.
Ooh.
And as you step closer and peer around one of these large mushrooms with a beautiful periwinkle blue cap, you see that inside of this circle is an entire group of campestris, the same creatures that you had been the day before. As they dance and sing and hop about this way or that, none of them seem to take any notice to you at all as they're enjoying their early morning of music. And
Get
joy.
him!
We beat the shit out of them.
Yeah?
No,
okay.
no,
Roll
no,
for
no,
initiative.
We do not. We do not. I'm kidding. I just thought it'd be funny if we ate them
The time has come, the walrus said. Real ones will understand and appreciate.
Remy, you're usually good at talking with most anyone. I would recommend you engage them first if it's going to be any of us.
Well, hell, man, this one's probably corrupted. Look at all these guys. This is what we turned into when we fucking walked through the last one. And I'm not doing this again.
How corrupted does it look?
I would say it doesn't look corrupted at all.
Is he any good at determining that?
Yeah, it looks fine.
The
Little
pixies
mushroom
let you
fellows.
know that upon closer and upon coming to one, you would be able to tell if they were corrupted. There is nothing about this, as far as you can tell, that seems like there is any sort of nefarious magic here.
All of the mushrooms are the bloody teeth variety.
Oh, those ones are really cool.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
What do you think? You should go in with I don't know, like the stick and do the shit winds and.
I'm already through. What to do there, little mushroom people? Hello.
And as you step into the fairy circle, immediately the sounds of music stop for just a second. You notice that in the very center there is a small campfire that they've been dancing around. There are little wooden stools and small buckets filled with honeysuckles and bits of honeycomb, and this is quite clearly almost a home for these campestris. And as you step into this circle, they immediately stop and look up towards you. And they all seem incredibly interested as they begin to surround you and look up at you and start to hum, almost in unison, as they sway back and forth and just hum this faint melody. It's almost hard to pick out. But they don't seem aggressive in any way.
This is nice. We're being serenaded.
Would you mind providing any respite to just 5 weary travelers on a long journey? We're new to this land, and we're looking for some
5
guidance.
weary travelers new to this land.
They all start singing.
Oh, should we join in? New to this land.
As you guys all start singing, they all start clapping and dancing. They seem very excited.
Yay! This is great!
Well, what can you tell us about this wonderful circle of yours?
Tell us about the circle. Tell us about the circle. New to this land.
That's not
Get on this line!
That's not super helpful. We're just trying to understand where we are and maybe where this goes. And I don't know, if you happen to know a guy in a cave, let us know.
Guy in a cave. No. Guy in a cave. No.
I would say it becomes very clear to you that they are almost similar to the bird fuckers. What are they called?
The bird fuckers.
Jeez, those sick bastards.
I was in a band called that once.
You can play them.
What?
They're the Kenku. Thank you, Chad. They're very similar to Kenku. They can't.
The most colorful description of Kenku I've ever heard in my life.
It's like, who fucks birds?
Bird fuckers, you can play them. They're playable.
Look, Chad gets me. Chad and I were both
Thank you on
the same.
Thanksgiving.
What the fuck? What the fuck? That's very funny.
I'll base that, Cancun.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
very funny.
Oh, the turkey's doing
If you haven't gotten there yet, you're in for the ride of your
I
life.
asked for stuffing, but that's not what I meant.
This is absurd.
That's a merch idea. I swear to fucking God. Kanku's on Thanksgiving. That shit is fucking good. Holy shit.
We'll sell 3 t-shirts.
Anyway, Chad knew what I meant, alright? You realize very quickly that they are similar in nature to Kenku, and that they seem to be attempting to communicate with you the best that they can, but they really seem to be solely interested in you singing and dancing. Their shallow attempts at mimicking the things that you say to give you information is only sporadically effective, but you have joined in their reverie. And you notice that there's one that's a little taller than the others, a bright white beard, clearly older than the rest. And this campestri makes its way towards you, Crummy, as you were the first to join the group, and begins to dance with you individually. Do you join in?
I do. All those
Roll a
celebrities.
performance check for me, please.
You gotta be good at those, right?
That's a natural 20 plus 8.
Oh!
28.
Well done.
Well done, yes.
The as you begin to dance, and it's almost as if you've taken on Gideon's dancing abilities on top of your own, as as Cremy gets his groove back, and you are able to do some of the dances that you learned in Ogway, and these campestries are incredibly inspired by you.
Gosh,
and
he's
this
good.
this leader campestri looks up at you with his eternal smile, but it reaches much further towards his eyes than any smile you've seen on any of the other campestries, as he looks towards you and blows spores in your face. Frankly, he spores all over you.
I don't know how to say this.
I'm sorry to say this.
He
But
got homeless
spores
man.
all over you.
Oh, it's my mouth. Chunky.
Chunky!
Yeah, I got chew on them.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, I feel like you're drinking a bottle of Orbits.
Grammy, you got a little something here.
Oh,
It's stuck in your teeth.
Crummy, you gain the benefit of the True Seeing spell for the next 24 hours.
What the fuck?
Sitar
plays.
What do I see?
Incredible.
And what does that spell do?
Which spell?
True Seeing?
True seeing.
What do I see?
Shit.
This spell gives the willing creature the ability to see things as they actually are. For the duration, the creature has true sight, notices secret doors hidden by magic, and can see into the ethereal plane all out to a range of 120 feet.
Damn.
And as this happens, you do watch as the forest around you changes. And though it looks mostly the same, It is the ground beneath your feet that looks different. You look at it for a second and you see these strange lines that shoot out from an epicenter somewhere further away. It is very clear that there is something embedded in the ground itself, but at this vantage point being so close to it, you can't quite see the full picture. You imagine with the ability to fly, Twigs help, something of that nature, a bird's eye view could grant you more insight as to what you're seeing. You can easily tell the campestries are just as campestries are meant to be, and that this fairy ring is clearly uncorrupted.
Remy, are you all right? Right?
God.
Right?
Whoa, what is this?
I see I'm moving my hand and I see it like sort of
If
I'm like a fourth dimensional being.
Your hand is like Donnie Darko vectors.
They all clap and sing. They seem to be very happy with your performance and the music.
Mine eyes have pierced the veil, fellas.
Well, Kirby's gone.
The Grand Elder has granted me a great gift.
Fellas.
I have second sight. I can see
Second
through
sight.
reality.
This is the second
What are you
sight.
saying, man?
Crummy, is this a bit to scam these mushroom folk? I don't think they got any gold.
Prisma is just an illusion.
What?
For reality exists in 4 dimensions.
Oh, Torbeck knew this was actually just the 9th layer of hell.
Oh man, he's gonna start solving crimes in black and white now.
Oh.
Eldritch ley lines.
What?
They're buried beneath the soil. I see them go far off. Twig, can you permit me to soar?
Or is it going to lily pad?
You know that you're not supposed to fly under the influence.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm so far above the influence. I'm not under anything, Twig. I'm very much above the influence.
Okay, I will cast fly on you, but I'm gonna need you to hop on one foot.
Like step on you? I mean, your foot's like that big.
No, hop on my foot, hop on one of your
Oh,
feet.
1 foot.
Touch your nose, hop on one foot, and spin around in circles at the same time.
Oh God, I like use my cane to sort of balance.
No, you can't use your cane, that's cheating.
All right. And I try to do that without puking or falling over.
You were able to.
Oh wow, that was easier than I expected.
Okay, fine, come here, let me touch your face. This is the last time I could do this, though.
How long is this gonna last?
1 hour.
No, I don't mean you. I mean him. And I look at Papa Smurf over there.
His little tiny eyes are huge.
All the campestri are rubbing his hands.
I know. I accept.
He's giving you the Jack Nicholson.
I would like to live deliciously.
And Twig reaches out from Gideon's back, places her hands on your face, and she blows into your face and says,
Fly.
And I'm gonna sort of. I'm not gonna be like Supermaning it. I'm gonna just like.
"No,
literally, like,
you
zero
begin to
G
float, and you
and
see
just like float away from Earth.
you see the way the Feywild kind of warps, and it's not the magic of the Feywild. It's just your ability to see past the Feywild itself and into the ethereal plane that is in tandem with the Feywild and the potential creatures that could walk through it. And you float up above the canopy of trees and directly into the sky, and you begin to look out, and you see that though from this vantage point it's difficult to determine, and you weren't with Torbeck when he flew up into the sky, it's difficult to determine what he saw that is different to what you're seeing, all except for one thing that is something Torbeck never mentioned. The entire surface of thither is a clock face. The lines that stretch out lead towards numbers, but instead of 12, there are 13.
Whoa.
You even see the minute and hour hand as they move, and then you begin to notice that as it gets closer towards the 11 on the clock, or the rough approximation of 11 on the clock, the entirety of thither shifts just a little bit.
Like rotates?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm shitting.
Well, that makes sense as a player to Derek.
Yes.
Wave goodbye, Gideon. Gang, this may be the last time we see Grimmy alive.
Hey, don't say that,
I will say,
man.
as you're looking up, you notice that there are the numbers that seem embedded. There's almost like stone features that orientate themselves around some of these places. And 2 of the numbers stand out to you as almost glowing with a magical light. The numbers 3 and the numbers 8.
I will grab the chest pawn out of my coat. Time. Time is a flat circle. I see it all. I see it so clearly now, fellas. Do you see it too?
Oh, Torbeck is worried for Mr. Grammy.
Grammy, what the hell are you talking about, man? You're flying up in the air. We're not seeing what you're seeing. What is it?
Thither. It's time. It's the beginning and the end. It's all or nothing. It's alpha and omega. It's all one big clock.
Okay.
But instead of 12, it's 13.
Okay, over.
13 angels, 13 demons. They battled for my soul.
Well, that's break a breaker. That's a bit of a stretch. Skinny green.
3 and 8. 3 and 8 are the answer. I don't know what it means.
Big Brown is terrified.
It spins, it doesn't stop.
Okay, over.
It doesn't spot. Did it spin shitterwinds or widdershins?
It's spinning clockwise.
It's spinning, not widdershins, but the opposite of that, whatever that is.
It's spitting shitterwinds.
It's spitting shitterwinds.
What do you mean, man? You think the whole land's turning or something? Is that what you're saying?
It's all a goddamn clock. And then there's going to be a shadow coming behind me, my shadow, with the gun. It always has, man.
Oh, new gun!
It's actually Briggsy.
Yeah, that's so good.
I also
What is
need you to roll a perception check for me, please.
What does it mean? As I roll a perception check. Oh, 18. Yeah, it's
Looks good from here.
18 plus, that's a 20.
Medium green. Can you be a little bit more specific of what you mean? For those of us who aren't intelligent listening in, like Gideon.
All of the-
Torbeck, not me, though.
As you have all stopped dancing and Crummy has flown into the sky, all of the campestries have settled down onto their rocks and their stools around the fire, and they're all looking at you quizzically. They don't seem upset or frustrated, maybe a little sad that the music stopped, but they're all curious as they watch what's happening here. And Crummy, you hear this message come in from Gricko, but the sound of rushing wind catches your attention, and whatever Gricko is saying completely slips your mind as you turn your head towards the west, as you see green, gigantic, flapping wings. But it's not the kind of green that you would see in the Feywild. It's almost a translucent, ethereal green as you see a creature in the ethereal plane. 4-limbed, spindly body. Its incredibly long neck ending in a head with razor-sharp teeth and gigantic bulbous eyes, as it lets out a burst of what looks like fire from its maws. It screeches into the ethereal plane and dives into the ancient forests. You hear the sounds of breaking branches and cracking rocks as this gigantic monstrosity, this gigantic beast, destroys whatever it has landed upon. The sounds of screaming and I don't know how else to say this, but animalistic screaming can be heard from the forest as this creature has found its prey, and then silence.
Time to make another Jurassic Park.
Is Kremmy the only one that can hear this?
Yeah. The elden beast of Viridian scale, it comes for me. I've seen too much. I don't know how long I'll have.
Torbeck is crying now.
Turn around, Kremmy, and look at what you see.
Ley lines of ancient Fey power that courses through this land. It is time itself.
That's pretty good. Man.
Over.
And can I get anything better than medium green? Like something, I don't know, like Slim or Foxtrot or something? I don't know. Over.
Medium green, we can rediscuss when you touch back down to Earth and you've officially landed and we're not worried about your safety or
Just
your
come
bones.
back,
Over.
Mr.
The land itself rumbles beneath our feet.
Come back.
It turns. Evil owns the sky.
Kremmy, just get back down here, man. You're losing it.
I'm a
up there.
flea! And I want to just rocket down to the ground.
I've been writing down everything he says, like
Perfect.
word for word.
You rocket down and land in the middle of the circle. All of the campestries are watching you all with bated breath as you rejoin your friends.
Am I on the ground?
Oh, Mr. Kremmy.
No, I'm not on the ground. This isn't actually the ground. There's something below us.
The grass.
Time is below us. The hands, they're reaching for me. Oh, must have just been spores in my nose. I feel okay, but I still have that second sight. What the fuck was that? Do you guys see that too? Or was that just me?
Oh, it was just you, man. You were flying up in the sky talking crazy stuff. Viridian scales or some shit. Monstrous things coming for you. The land's a clock.
You
Everything's
hear,
turning.
upon saying the words Viridian scales, all of the campestries let out a collective gasp, and then they begin to sing.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumping back.
And they continue to repeat this rhyme over and over and over and over again as they look around and up into the sky as if they're horrified that something is coming.
Did y'all see it too? Galumphing?
No, we weren't affected by Papa Smurf's spores.
The elden beast of Viridian scale? I saw it.
The
I saw it.
Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came. Oh, what are they saying?
What?
Oh, man. These little things are freaking me out.
I'm starting to freak
What?
out now.
Is it coming? Is it coming right
Oh,
here,
what
right
the
now?
fuck is a Jabberwock? It is probably not. Jabberwock's a silly name. It's probably not very scary or nothing, right?
Well, that's probably what you saw, Kremmy. What was it, man? I mean, is it like something we can take?
It was a great beast of horrible claws and fiery eyes, allegedly. And it absolutely eviscerated some sort of giant creature of the woods.
We didn't hear any of that.
No, I saw it all.
Oh,
Oh, if it finds us, I don't think there's
Oh, my
anything we
goodness.
can do.
Well,
What the fuck is a Jabberwock?
I've not heard this phrase, but we do
Not
have a
that
solution
wide.
right here in front of us.
It was like a dragon, but worse.
We have a solution.
Yes. If we
And for the sake of just visuals, this is what you saw. Oh, hold
So
on.
just the Jabberwock.
Jabberwock.
just the Jabberwock.
Guys.
Oh my!
Yeah, I want to see that.
damn.
So awesome. That is
Damn.
so awesome.
That is so fucking
Guys,
It had beaver teeth. Oh my god!
Through the Looking Glass is public domain! So it might actually be the Jabberwock! Oh, fuck!
cool. Yeah, we look
I hold
over.
a glass cup of water. Now, Gid, look, if I just take a little bit of water and I rub it. Oh, fuck! Oh, it's coming! Oh, no!
We have a way out of here. We know that this circle can teleport. If we each find a wand, we can repeat the words, and we may be able to journey far from here. Do we think it's upon us?
I listen.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know what he said.
Do we think it's upon us?
No, what you saw, it was you are just based on the map, you can see that you are very, very much towards the east, at that, or getting towards the east at that fairy circle. It was, sorry, I've got to look at my map. It was just south of Loomlurch, in that area between Loomlurch and the river heading towards Thither. That's where it dove down, and you did not see it emerge. It's far, and I would say with your true sight, you could tell that it did not see you.
I strolled the mini-map over, and I zoomed in and watched it happen.
As the branches are snapping. Oh, you know what else just got public domain? Oh, Bob.
Honey, quick!
Anyone have a smackerel?
I mean, I did tell you they had honeycombs.
Oh, we're test. What counts as a wand for us?
Well, anything straight and hard.
Ah! The whistle!
Wait.
No.
Grammy doesn't think it's upon us.
It's not. No, it was way far away. My vision sort of zoomed in, and I could see and hear it clearly. But
You
I think
imagine that it flies incredibly fast, faster than anything you could possibly imagine. And being able to move through the ethereal plane, it does not suffer from the same issues other things would by having to deal with the flora or fauna of the Feywild. It could probably get you very quickly.
the Jabberwock is upon us! I came and I just started immediately going shitterwinds.
You're doing it, not Greco.
Well, no, we all are, right?
Yeah, Torbeck will try to find some sticks.
What's the Jabberwock? What's the Jabberwock? You made it sound very scary.
The Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the told you would and burbled as it came.
Does it have any weaknesses that you can sing about?
No, weaknesses.
Oh, that's not very encouraging. What rhymes with weakness?
Grunka, lunka, dunkity, weaknesses.
1, 2, 1, 2, and through the Vorpal blade would snicker snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back.
What's a Vorpal blade?
What's a galumphing?
So, Grammy, do you think we need to teleport right now and perhaps risk wherever this circle turns us out?
How do we get the Vorpal sword? How? Is that what we need to defeat it?
The Vorpal sword, how do we get it? Galumphal, galay, galoo-galay, I mean, no, that hasn't been revealed yet. Oh!
Torbeck just
It's a from just day.
Dumble.
They look panicked, and they look like they want to give you information, but they don't know how to communicate it. You see that they're attempting to interpretive dance things to you, but I would say it's very clear that though they know of this creature, they're not Jabberwock historians.
Jabberwock biologists.
They're not Jabberwock biologists.
I'm a mushroom. I'm not a Jabberwock scientist.
I don't know you well enough to tell you that. Do I deduce that they just need the words? Like, if I sing
I will say
a bunch of adjectives
it's easy to deduce that they can sing songs, they can dance with you, but they cannot answer complex questions.
Well, shit. I propose we kill them.
Time has come, my mushroom friends. Of shoes of ships of sealing wax, of cabbages and kings. Torbeck, go ahead.
Torbeck is sorry.
I pull out the most delicious loaf of, just looking loaf of bread and start cutting it.
Torbeck's crying as he's shoveling the campestri into his mouth.
That's a
They all scream as you eat them. You don't actually eat them, right?
No, but I do want to know what they would sing if we did.
This is the end.
So we don't have to go anywhere. I mean, it sounds like even if we were to teleport, it might still also be a great threat regardless of where we are in Thither.
It travels to the ethereal plane. I can see that now. Oh, it's so clear. I don't even know how we escape it.
Does that mean it can be right next to us and we wouldn't even know it?
As long as I can see through the veil, I can see it coming. But if I lose this ability in maybe 24 hours, then that's exactly right.
Mr. Grammy.
Yes?
Torbeck has a question.
All right, go ahead, Torbeck.
What does it mean that it's on the ethereal plane?
You know, it's not very clear, but what I know is that it's. If you think of 3 dimensions.
Yeah, what's
that
the
we-
ethereal plane?
If you think of the 3 dimensions that we exist on, right? There's 1 dimension, there's 2 dimensions.
Do I know what the
and then there's
ethereal plane is?
The 3rd dimension, right? That's 3D space that we're in.
Okay.
The ethereal plane is the 4th dimension that lives on top of everything.
Oh no! You don't just explain. That's not the ethereal plane. That's the ethereal plane.
Ethereal?
No, that's just when you huff ether.
Oh, is that how you pronounce that?
It's
Yeah,
and then when you take a
obviously.
shit afterwards, it's called Etheria.
This is you're describing the ethereal plane.
So in the
My daughter's name.
Yes, the ethereal plane is parallel to our own world.
this beast is a 4th dimensional creature, and so is the clock. It all exists in the 4th dimension.
So how do we get there?
Well, it's like moving in and out of existence or something.
It's like a veil that sits over our reality, and some creatures can cross through it. I can't cross through it. I can just see through it.
Oh, but it can come here?
That's what it looked like. Yes.
2 things. 1, it's fascinating that the ethereal plane is parallel to the Feywild in the way that it is the prime material. And 2, I think I need to explain the 4th dimension to you sometime.
What a fucking nerd. God, shut up.
It's alright, Frosty. He's just got second sight. Right? He's all worked up because he's
As it-
seeing into people's whole minds.
Hey,
and
Papa
stuff.
Shroom.
As if he knows what the fucking 4th dimension is. What an idiot.
Well, if you say so.
Oh, that's disgusting. Good job, Rich. Well done. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Okay, so do we stay or do we go? Brr, 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 brr. I look at Papa Shroom. Brr, brr, brr.
They all begin to dance around you. I need you all to make a performance check. Yep.
Oh,
Allow
I'm pretty
me
good
to
at that.
open my dice vault.
Torbeck will shimmy in acceptance. Performance 15.
15.
God, it feels good to roll normal dice again.
You don't want to try your
Did
caboose dice?
anybody?
17.
Did,
Lebush.
I can't remember this. Did anyone
see one
sing
with
with
things
Palasha in the carnival?
Oh, that's a name that isn't
Yes.
familiar to
Sing to
Torbeck.
Palasha?
Anyone sing with her?
Yeah, we had like a whole weird bunch of perverts.
No. When
was
we
not
met
there for that.
Palasha, I was
Mace wasn't
the
there for
Summer
that either.
Eladrin.
I was gonna say.
And I was
There's
2
the
on
three of
my
us.
Feywild curse to sing. I remember that I didn't sing to Palasha.
I was a
but did anybody?
You were Dracula, I was Santa Claus, and you were
Yeah, we were
Red.
totally fucked on Palasha. We were begging for taffy.
Didn't we do the
didn't know what
monster
fuck
mash
we
with Palasha, if you know what I mean?
Dracula and his son.
Did we? They don't have. I can't fucking remember.
It was
can't
a
remember
graveyard
either.
smash.
Was Torbeck there?
No.
No,
it's not.
Oh, I was.
don't think I
Or
was
wasn't I Goblinette?
That was with the web gun. You shot her with webs.
That was part of it.
Well, you.
But then there was an imp, and then I was Goblinette.
Hey, Chad, can you remind
Somebody's got to
us?
check the tapes.
Can you remind us what happened 11
Yes,
months ago?
no, we
in
had
this
an
campaign?
80s musical number with Palasha in her cave.
Yeah.
We 100%
yeah, I
had an
think you
80s,
did.
80s musical
Oh.
montage with I was
You were
Goblinette.
Goblinette,
Then
'cause
you
got
will
recursed.
all roll at advantage.
Gosh.
That's when I left the cave and
Still
took all
with
the
us.
way back to take the
Same roll,
taffy
same
because
roll.
I did like 20 twists and I had like 20 curses stacked on top of myself.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah, you
shit.
were totally
Yeah.
crippled.
I'm gonna do. I think I did a whole Top Gun thing.
16.
I think I was shooting
I'm
t-shirts
twisting.
with guns. I think.
You rolled at advantage.
No, I know.
Oh,
I
it was
got
that bad.
Oh, we can advantage?
Yeah, you get advantage because
I'm gonna do
you,
one more twist. One more twist. One more twist.
Take a twist.
you sang with
Thank
her.
you, chat.
17. Thank you,
24.
Jack. 17.
17.
At advantage? You got 2
Use one of
ones?
them
Technically,
testicles.
I just kind of feel like it's what would be happening, you know?
Yeah, you can't
I
dance.
kind of feel like I can't.
Oh,
dance,
that's true,
And I wasn't
yeah.
with Palasha.
What a twist!
Oh yeah, you was AFK.
17.
Mike?
Oh, I got a 17.
17, 17, 15,
24.
1, and
1776.
okay.
That's a hell of a roll.
The
1,776.
campestries continue to dance around you, singing the tale of the Jabberwock. Though they seem scared, there's something about your company here, the music that you provided them, the entertainment that you've given them, that seems to make them very happy. And though they don't seem to be able to answer the questions that Greco is asking of them, they do feel as if they can do one thing for you. And as they all dance around you, they begin to sing a different song in a language none of you understand. The language of the campestries. And they begin to sing, and their voices reverberate around you as you all are bestowed a gift, a charm of heroism.
Ooh.
What is that?
Oh, I thought you were doing the post-Avatar.
Non-denominational holiday celebration.
I was doing
I thought you were just.
Yeah. Non-denominational holiday.
from the Grinch
celebration.
Stole-
Yeah, that was the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah, okay.
I thought you were doing the outro of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Is it a physical charm I
yeah.
should put in my inventory?
I think you could put it, if it shows up as a magical item, you could, but it's essentially a boon.
I started to go into the Cowboy
And
Bebop
it's only a one use, so you all have it on you, but it's a one use, so you have to determine who would use it.
Oh, we only have one to share in the
You
group.
only have one to share
We have a
with the
shared
group.
usage of
Yeah, you
one.
guys have to share.
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
What does it do?
So
We're not-
you have it in your inventory.
I'll
Add it to your inventory.
add item.
It's essentially the potion of
Charm.
heroism.
Yeah.
That's what you can add.
Oh.
Potion of heroism?
Oh, that's not so bad.
You gain
give us
10,
like a-
10 temporary hit points that last for an hour,
Heroism.
and you are under the effect of the blessed spell.
That's heroin. That's totally different.
Oh, we had those for Golden Lotus fight
That's right.
from Beneath Our Wings.
I gave you a shit ton of those for some reason.
That didn't help me.
No, it didn't. Didn't help anybody except
I
Toa.
had fire resistance, and I still almost got one shot.
For
I
one
mean, she
hour.
was an ancient gold dragon.
Smoked
She's an
my
ancient
ass.
gold dragon, so
Smoked me like a brisket.
which is definitely a lot higher.
That's about as smoked as you get. Okay. And you are under the effect of the bless spell, no concentration.
For 1 hour.
And the charm bubbles and steams as if boiling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very kindly, little mushrooms.
So should we go through the mushrooms?
Mushrooms, would you recommend that we go through? Do you know where this is going?
Are we still singing, or can we just talk normally?
You can talk normally.
Yeah.
They just get really excited when you sing, but they don't
Mushrooms.
expect it of you.
Do you know where this circle takes people?
No. No.
Do we just roll the dice?
No. No.
I mean, there's no reason not to try. Let's
No,
just
no,
map it all out and come
no,
right
no.
back. What do
Well,
you think?
No, I mean, I can't imagine. It's the Feywild. You go one place and then... yeah.
No. Someone told us it was explicitly like the color-coded cauldron from Banjo-Tooie.
Oh, right. They said it went both ways,
And
and
it
I
just
went...
goes both ways, and we can do that, but then we have to find different pairings, but they always connect. This was what Busty or Lusty or...
Wasn't that also from
Spider Lily.
Banjo-Kazooie too?
Was that Banjo-Kazooie? I
Yeah,
thought
it
it was
was.
Banjo-Tooie.
I think it was maybe both.
Oh.
Anyways.
Spider Lily.
Isn't Banjo Kazooie 2 just Banjo Tooie?
We'll have a long
That makes sense.
conversation about this.
That makes sense. You know what? I could go either way. On the one hand, we actually have our bearings, and I feel like I'm starting to pick up on the patterns of the forest. We now know that it's a clock face, I think, based on your insane rambling. And if we go through, we might ruin that. But at the same time, why not roll the dice?
I think that map there, we gotta flesh out. We gotta map this whole fucking place, and we know at the end of this, we can get all over. We can get, way faster than just walking through the woods. So I think just learning more while we can.
Are you saying we platinum thither?
That's exactly right.
Let's find some wands.
No. Whatever. I just
You've got
start
your
seeing whatever
cane,
Grick
so
goes, yeah.
I need a wand.
I picked Twig up.
Shitter
Off my
wins!
back.
Shitter wins! Shitter wins!
Twig up.
Shitter wins!
I just hold Twig.
Here's my 10-foot pole.
It's the only thing that I didn't keep from last campaign, thank you. Incredible. I have a bell, a blanket, a fishing tackle, a magical mulus spectacles? I look for a wand. I look for a straight stick that I can use for a wand.
Torbeck finds a horrifically gnarled
Roll
dead branch.
roll an investigation check.
Oh. Investigation. Not that one.
Didn't we get wands at some point from somewhere? We did.
I don't have to go on.
12.
Torbeck does not have that written down.
12.
If I may not
I
have
could have
been
sworn
there.
we got some wands or something. Got like wands of. I should write things down in my inventory as soon as we.
That's
get
about
them.
the only thing I keep track of anymore.
Yeah.
Is my inventory, especially like when it matters.
I don't know.
Nope, I don't have one.
It was mentioned that it could be a stick.
Oh.
Anything stick
Do I
like-
find a
Or
stick with a 12?
twig.
With a 12, yeah, you're in a forest. You could have found it with a 2.
Torbeck finds the most horrifically gnarled, like, piece of shit stick he can find. Torbeck's got one! It's, like, all fucked up.
It needs to be, that looks like a hashtag. You need to get one that's straight.
It's good enough! We gotta get out of here!
No, it might not work. You might be you might show up on the other side of terrifying inside-out abomination.
Get one of those like penis-looking mushrooms, the really long ones with like a tiny little, you know.
They're too floppy!
Why don't you get your penis?
It'll be
I got
fun.
my cane.
You all find whatever sticks that it is that you're looking to find, whatever wands you're looking to use, and you hold the wands or sticks above your head and you begin to dance in a circle, one-time widdershins. Immediately, as if knowing what you're doing, the campestris all begin to panic and scatter. And they begin, it looks like they're almost counting. And then every single one of them leaves the circle, except for 2, leaving exactly 8 creatures inside the circle. As these 2 campestris join you in your dance. And as you go once, you begin to sing, or you begin to say the words 3 times widdershins and off we go. Twice, 3 times. And then you feel a pull at the back of your stomach as you are ripped out of the fairy circle, and you all tumble to the ground as dust and sand billows up around you. You feel the stinging, blinding heat of the summer sun as you look up towards the sky and you try and wipe the sand from your eyes, as you see that you are in the middle of a stone circle. These giant obelisks with imagery of mushrooms and fey things etched in pictographs all around you, as you look out at an expanding desert for miles and miles all around you in every direction. There is nothing but sand and sun. As you dust yourself off, you feel the heat pressing in around you, and you see that your 2 mushroom friends are here, but they can't handle this kind of heat as you watch as their bodies start to wither and die in front of you.
Oh, no! Oh, God, why did you join it? Help him! Rico, fix it!
Is it too late to do anything? Or are they?
You can try and do something, but they are already clearly
Oh, just
they're clearly dehydrating.
I'm trying to desperately spit on them. Any moisture.
I'm going to cast Create or Destroy Water as I'm going to
I'll
attempt
say
to.
easily you're able to infuse them with the water, and you watch as their bodies expand again.
Get
They
close,
look a
get
little
close.
dazed. They're small. Like these are little tiny things. You imagine that you could put them in a water skein and keep them with you, but they're going to require some maintenance. As you look up towards the blazing sun, and you begin to look out as the sands shift in the wind, and you see very far off in the distance what appears to be a large stone obelisk jutting out of the sand, not 1 but 2. And as you look and squint, you can see that it seems to be attached to some sort of gate, maybe some sort of stronghold or city or something. And that is where we'll end the session.
Oh! We've been terrible. We have to go back. We have to go back, Kate. We have to go back.
Will they fit in a large mason jar?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll remember that for the
For the
beginning
sake of
of
not killing the campestri, sure.
Oh, thank God.
And I will say
It's all right to cry.
because all of you have traveled, you have seen a place like this before. This looks very much like Neckbet.
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
what in the hell?
You think we're neckbat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is shocking.
Where else are you gonna find deserts in Avantris?
I don't
Haven't you ever
know.
seen Lawrence of Avantris?
Great film.
We're not done.
We're not done.
What's next?
Avengers and Chill, where we talk about our favorite moments, we theorize, and most importantly, we address your questions and comments.
Did you recognize the music, Rich?
Yeah, I did.
I think so.
Because I've used this many times.
Uldum in the Lost City.
I thought so.
So don't go anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We are going to flip the old camera over, but we're not leaving or anything. We're just going to make a nice little cut so that we can trim this up later. But we're going to hang out for a little bit and discuss the session and kind of decompress.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go pee in some competitive.
Well, first, let's thank some people.
We're gonna thank some
do have to
people.
thank people.
And while we thank, become a VIP of the Crooked Moon. If you
right.
haven't, it's only $1. You get a bunch of awesome stuff.
That's right.
I don't think we're gonna hit it tonight, our goal, but I will calculate.
It was
where we're
ambitious.
at. It was an ambitious. You know, why not see what we can get?
For those that are leaving, we will be back on Sunday. We have our Patreon hangout for Dolphins and Higher.
That's right.
On Monday, we have Neon Nights.
That's right.
Then we have
Once
Upon a Witchlight, the next episode, next Wednesday.
Then we have Icebound.
Is that the
That's
Two
next
weeks.
week?
No, 2 weeks.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like not like a week from now and then some, right? Am I crazy? No,
It's
it
on
might
the
be
8th.
3 weeks.
We're 2838
I'm just gonna check
VIPs.
the
It's like
calendar.
2.5 weeks from now is Icebound.
It is. You're right.
But anyway, yeah, become a VIP for the Crooked
Yeah,
Moon.
that's right.
That would be a huge,
I'm a liar.
a huge help, and hopefully there's some cool exclusive rewards that you can lock in there. And we are going to thank. We have Virtualoo with 125 bits. Thank
Thank you.
Severe Apathy with the $10 hype chat.
Thank you so much.
User send hype chat. Thank you. that was the chat. The Nerdinomad with 500 bits.
Nerdy Nomad.
Joe Inro with 10 gifted subs. Lady Butters gifted a sub.
Thank you.
And that was the first time Nerdy Nomad has been able to join us live.
Thank you.
So thank you,
Oh,
Nerdy
welcome.
Nomad.
Welcome.
Vicky
Thank
Diggs
you.
gifted a sub. Black Alias cheered a dread. Thank you.
Thank you.
Figgy Diggs cheered
Wishy
500
Washy
bits.
gifted a sub. Wishy Washy
Thank
gifted
you.
a bunch of subs, actually.
Oh, thanks so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. 5, 6, 5.
We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank
Yes.
Corey Does Art gifted 7
you.
subs.
7 subs.
Thank you.
And I think we're caught up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Unbelievable. Welcome to all of our new folks.
Yes, welcome.
We
welcome,
love
welcome,
to see
welcome.
new faces in the Avantris fam. You're all very welcome here, and it's a good time as any.
Okay, that sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Sounds
Sounds
good
good to me.
Let's
Watch
chill.
Service Rhapsody. It was a fine time.